Look at this bad boy. What a monster. Now this is some good eating. Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we'll be showing you guys how to boil crawfish the traditional Louisiana Cajun style, because nothing goes together better than this perfect weather and hot, delicious crawfish. Our crawfish will be super juicy and packed with tons of flavors with the right kick of spice. We'll show you our two-pot method and the reason why we believe this is the best method to get the cleanest taste out of your crawfish. And also stick around for our garlic butter recipe for Viet-Cajun style crawfish. But before we get into this recipe, please hit that like and subscribe button and that bell icon to receive future notification when we release new videos. So y'all, let's get to boiling the mud bugs and have some cold beer. To begin, we need to gather the following ingredients: Sunny D, Slap Yo Mama, crab oil, bay leaves, chicken bouillon, minced garlic, lemon, yellow onions, sausage, corn, and red potatoes. First, we're going to start off with our sack of crawfish. A sack of crawfish can range between 30 to 40 pounds. This sack is 30 pounds. So y'all, let's get these crawfish washed and cleaned properly. So, we're going to cut the ribbon to open the sack up and dump the crawfish into our large cooler. Look at how active and healthy they are. They surely are alive, alright, but not for long though. There are different ways of washing and cleaning your crawfish, but this is how we wash ours. Stick your water hose into the cooler and fill it up. Once the cooler is almost filled up, open the plug at the bottom to release the dirty water. Crawfish are naturally dirty because they are bottom feeders, so make sure you get them really clean. They don't call them mud bugs for no reason now. You can find all kinds of things inside your sack of crawfish. I've seen snails, turtles, frogs, big spiders, so don't freak out or be surprised when you do. A lot of people will say to add salt to clean or purge your crawfish by making them spit out dirt. But don't do this. It's not necessary and it will just kill them. Just look at how murky this water is. It is so dirty and filthy. I like to stir them around for a bit with my paddle to agitate them to spit out that dirt. Eventually, all the grass and dead crawfish should float to the top. Go ahead and get them all out. Any straight tails, get them out. If they're falling off like this guy, make sure you get them out. Get rid of these because you do not want to eat them or boil them in your pot. They definitely will ruin your broth. Alright friends, while we wait for our crawfish to get nice and clean, let's get our two pots going. So right here is pot 1. Fill this pot 2 to 3 inches past halfway with just water. And go ahead and light it up. And right here we have pot number 2, our soaking pot. This pot contains all our seasonings and fixings. Let's show you what goes into this pot. So first, we're going to fill half this pot with 100% Sunny Delight. You heard that right, which will give us that nice citrus, sweet and tangy flavor that everyone looks for in a boil. Trust me on this one, guys. It took us 10 gallons or 40 quarts of Sunny Delight to fill our 80-quart stock pot halfway. Now go ahead and turn on your burner before we get to the rest of the ingredients. I usually boil my crawfish with Slap Yo Mama because I find it to be less salty than the Louisiana Crawfish boil seasoning. Then pour in 2 bottles of concentrated crab oil, 32 ounces total. This will give you that nice kick. And to give us that savory taste, we'll add in 2 cups of chicken bouillon powder. Then add 4 cups of freshly minced garlic. You can use the already minced garlic in a jar, but fresh is always better. Now, add in a handful of bay leaves and your half lemons. Just throw the lemons in there. There's no need to squeeze them. And finally, add in your peeled whole onions and 8/6 of unsalted creamy butter. Because why? Because butter makes everything taste better. Get your stirring rod and give everything a good mix, and put on the lid. Get this to a boil and shut off the heat. Look at the broth. This is my favorite color, orange. Man, it smells good.
Woo.
Woo.
Smell that seasoning.
I love it. Now we're going to cook our potato for 10 minutes and take them out. Let's dip our baguette into our broth. Let's try it. It's hot, but it's good. Honey, you want to try it? Want to dip it?
Oh yeah. Dip it.
What do you think?
That's good.
Heck yeah.
Citrusy, tangy, spicy. Everything you look for in a good broth.
Yep. All right, let's go check on our crawfish and see how they're doing. Look at how clean and clear that water is after 20 minutes. Clean enough for us to drink it. Now let's go ahead and scoop them out and put them into our straining basket before we send them off to the jacuzzi. Now that pot 1 has come to a hard rolling boil, carefully place the basket into the pot. Give it a good stir. And put the lid on and boil them until water gets back to a hard boil. And that's when we kill the heat. This usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how strong your burners are. And while the lid is on, we can tell when the water gets to a boil once steam is coming out of the pot. It's been about 6 minutes and the crawfish are now done cooking because they started floating to the top, and that's when we can kill our heat and remove the crawfish. Look at how beautifully red they are once they're cooked.
Now that the crawfish are fully cooked, we go ahead and lift them out of the basket and pour them over here to the soaking pot. Oh yeah, check out these babies. That's some good eating, y'all. Now, we gotta make sure that the soaking pot temperature is sitting around 160. So right now it's currently around 165. Now, we're gonna drop in some more frozen corn to get this temperature below 160. And also, go ahead and throw in your sausage. Yum. And give this a good stir. Smelling so good right now, y'all. Look how delicious this broth looks. Can't wait to eat these mud bugs.
Another thing we can do to drop the temperature is hose down the outside of the pot while continuously stirring the inside for about 2 to 3 minutes. This method seems to work well for us without having to dump ice into the pot and diluting our delicious broth. So pick your best method for cooling this broth down to between 150 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. The main idea here is to stop the cooking process so the crawfish won't get overcooked, and you can soak them for about 30 minutes or longer to get all that good seasoning up in them heads and claws.
Look at that temperature. That's just perfect, y'all. Just
remember, the longer you let them sit and soak, the more juicy and flavorful they'll become, and the spicier they will get. I usually soak my crawfish for at least 30 minutes. During this soaking process, don't be afraid to stir them with your paddle here and there. And remember to not keep the lid on. Eventually, the crawfish will start to sink, which means they're getting heavy, absorbing all that yummy juice. Start tasting the crawfish every 5 minutes until they have the flavor that you want. And just a side note, if you have kids eating, I would suggest to go ahead and try the crawfish after it's been soaking for 5 to 10 minutes if you don't want it to be too spicy for them. Once the crawfish starts sinking to the bottom, that's when we know they're done and ready to be eaten. Juicy, flavorful crawfish every single time if you have your spices right. It's been soaking for 30 minutes, so let's see how these crawfish taste.
Woo! Look at that.
It's also tradition to take a taste test right out of the pot.
It's good. Pinch the tail. Look at that. That's how you eat crawfish. Ooh, it's good. You really rewarding me devouring it?
If you're content with how your crawfish tastes, go ahead and scoop your crawfish and transfer it to a plate. Woo! Look at that. Also, let's go check our pot 1. Look at how dirty that water is. Guys, when I tell you this is why we do the 2-pot method, it's because of this. Look how murky and dirty that is. So you only use 1 pot. This is what will go inside of your potatoes, your crawfish tail, your crawfish, your corn, everything that you put in there. Because it soaks right in there. This is why we prefer the 2-pot method. If you ever eaten crawfish and they taste muddy or dirty, it's because whoever boiled it didn't do a good job cleaning their crawfish. We cook our crawfish Cajun style, to where if you season the pot and boil it and soak it right, that meat will be flavored. But if you're feeling saucy, you can toss it in garlic butter, which is Viet-Cajun style. You can use this simple garlic butter recipe for topping, tossing, or even dipping your crawfish or other seafood with. So to a small pot, melt 1 pound of unsalted creamy butter, add 2 cups of freshly minced garlic, add extra if you prefer more garlic, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon of cayenne, and 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Give this a good mix and simmer on low heat while the crawfish is soaking. Also, we find these measurements to fit us best, but be sure to give it a taste and adjust it to your liking or preference, whether you like it more sweet, spicy, or salty.
This is crack. So good.
And now, we prepare our Viet-Cajun style crawfish, which is the traditional Cajun style tossed in our delicious garlic butter sauce. And friends, while we're tossing these crawfish like chicken wings, remember to always soak your crawfish, because that's how we can tell a bad boil from a good boil. We soak our crawfish to the point where the juice comes out of the crawfish claws when we bite into it. Remember, it's all in the soak.
Look at that beautiful Viet-Cajun style crawfish.
And friends, there you have it. Louisiana boiled crawfish, done our way with our recipe and method, as well as how to make Vietnamese Cajun styled crawfish. Just remember, there are many ways to do a crawfish boil when it comes down to cleaning them and boiling them, and even different ways to killing that oil to allow them to soak for more than 30 minutes to absorb all that juicy flavors without having them overcooked. And with the correct amount of seasoning in the water, you should not need to add any seasoning on top. However, if you like it to be saucy with extra garlic butter on the outside, then Viet-Cajun is for you to give a try. But in the end, we all have our own taste preference, and as long as they're clean well, big in size, and well seasoned and soaked, then that's what matters most. Just make sure to have fun and make them tasty. They're your crawfish and you may eat them however you like, to each their own. Well, we hope you give this recipe and two-pot method a try, and if you have any comments to improve it, please let us know down below. Now, let's pinch some tails, suck some heads, drink some beer, and just let the good times roll.
And y'all, that's how you do it. This looks like a crawfish boil here to me. This is some good eating.
Ooh.
That's Louisiana Cajun style.
Yep.
And this is the Viet-Cajun style. And what makes Viet-Cajun style? It's literally just taking the boil out and tossing it in our garlic butter sauce.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. And the best way to eat a crawfish, you want to
Just
guide
I like
everyone?
to take off the first ring, like that, and just suck out the tail.
Yep.
Fingers never touch the meat if you do it right. And I like to suck out the fat inside the head.
Put it right here.
Woo. That's good.
You're just throwing it there. It looks so tacky. All right.
Sausage.
Y'all, it's all in the boil because all that flavor is in the tail. Easy peel. It's juicy and it's spicy. Look at that.
See this meat.
Just so delicious.
Yep.
I'm biting into the sausage.
Eat some crawfish and drink some beer. Would you like one?
Sure. Cheers. Wait.
Cheers.
3 cheers. We gotta
Cheers.
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers to everyone at home.
At the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way to make crawfish.
There isn't.
And it really depends on your personal taste. I don't think you can compare the two or not, be like, oh, Viet-Cajun is better or Louisiana like style is better.
Everyone has their own taste preference, you know?
But y'all see how much work we put into this pot? So a reminder, when you go out there and eat crawfish and you know it tastes good, appreciate the cook. Because to make this is quite tedious.
Yep, a lot of love was put into cooking these crawfish.
And selecting out the, dead ones and tossing them out, that's a lot of work. I'm gonna try the corn. You guys are really looking at us eat today because this video is gonna be a lot longer than other videos. Y'all can really see us enjoy our boil. Separate the tail from the head. Take out the fat because I don't waste that. See that? I'm gonna show you how to eat it. You peel it. You pinch the tail. And sometimes the gut come out, but if it don't, you can peel it out yourself. Like that. That's all it is, folks. This two-pot method is one of the most effective methods out there. We like it, just the fact that we know our crawfish is clean. It's really clean. And it tastes clean.
Tastes clean. Don't taste all that mud or dirt or grit.
And can just look at it and just know.
Because sometimes when you eat crawfish, I like a crawfish boil.
You can taste the grittiness. You know, you're like, whoa, they didn't clean this crawfish really well.
Yep. And it just kills the whole.
Kills the whole thing. You don't even want to eat anymore.
Yep.
So, y'all, clean your crawfish and put a lot of love into it, and you won't regret it.
And please soak your crawfish. Make sure all that flavor and spice and herbs get into the tail.
And that's what it is. You want the flavor and the tail too, not just outside the shell. A lot of people don't know that, and sometimes people don't know that.
Some places don't do it right.
Or they just rush. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes like they're just a heavy, high traffic place, and they just want to get the crawfish cooked and done, and they just season on the outside, and that's it.
Yep.
But I don't settle for that type of crawfish. It needs to be soaked into the tail.
Yep.
As much as it's flavored into that, that's more important than the outside of the shell. But yeah. Ooh. Check out our recipe, learn it, make it, let us know. Because it's delicious.
And leave down in a comment what you guys add to your boil. You know, what additional add-ons. Some people add bean sprout.
Heck no.
Some people add Brussels sprouts.
Much greens.
Brussels, what is it called?
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
And Brussels sprouts stinks to me.
Some people add mushroom. We love mushrooms, but we didn't get any today.
You can do, or boiled egg.
Boiled egg.
Yep. It's so delicious.
Some people put ravioli.
I can see how it can be good.
They absorb all that.
Just like bread. Oh, we gotta get
Edamame. Anything that absorbs that juice would make for a perfect add-ons. Yep. And guys, 100% Sunny Delight in that soaking pot. It does wonder.
We don't get skimpy with it.
It's worth it. Trust us, it's worth it. You get that citrus, you get that tanginess, and it also gives you that sweetness that you look for in a crawfish boil.
And I don't get how some people think that they're just gonna get good crawfish with just water and some seasoning. It don't work like that. That's how you get that cheap crawfish.
Ooh-wee. Look at this bad boy.
This is so good. This is like 100 out of 10. Seriously. The dang best crawfish out there. I guarantee you. You just follow our steps. You're welcome.
Just make sure you get that soaking pot under 160 degrees.
And y'all, welcome to our backyard. We're not in our kitchen today. We're in our backyard. Welcome. All right. Okay, folks. And guys, if you enjoyed our video today, please hit that like and subscribe button and that bell button for future notifications if you haven't already. And let us know what you think about our recipe and our video in the comments down below. And we'll see you in the next video. Oops, I almost forgot. Check out our other videos, please. Our other recipes. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Peace.